Can dogs understand that humans are speaking different languages? To answer this question, scientists scanned the brain of dogs while they were listening to audio records, first in a language of their master and then in a foreign language. It was found that one of the brain regions, the secondary auditory cortex, showed different neurological responses to the language that dogs were used to, and to the one that they hadn't heard before. Moreover, the older the dog in the experiment was, the better they were able to distinguish between the two languages. The research also revealed that dogs react differently to normal speech and to non-speech, that is, human speech sounds that made no sense. Scientists are now trying to establish whether this ability is dogs' specialty, or it is a common occurrence among non-human species. What were the most drinking nations in 2021? Evaluating how much alcohol was consumed by different nations in 2021, experts asked respondents from different countries 3 questions. In terms of frequency of drinking, French people appeared to be the leaders, consuming alcohol on average 132 days a year. New Zealand, whose citizens drink 120 times yearly, is in the second place, and the Netherlands came third with 112 times, followed by Hungary, 109, and the UK, 107. The next question was about feeling drunk. Here, Australians took the lead, getting drunk almost 27 times a year. Denmark and Finland share the second place with 23, 8 times annually. A bit less often in 2021 got hammered the inhabitants of the US and the UK. In the category of feeling regret, the survey revealed new leaders. People from Ireland, 28, 4 times, and Poland, 28, 3, felt the most regret after drinking alcohol. 25 to 28 annual regrets were recorded in New Zealand, Romania, Spain, Italy, Canada and Hungary. What are the earliest human-made hybrid animals? Cuneiform tablets and seals of Mesopotamia dating back to the late 3rd millennium BC document intentional breeding of highly valued equids called kungas, for use in diplomacy, ceremony, and warfare. Their precise zoological classification, however, has never been conclusively determined. But in the early 2000s, from a royal burial complex dating back to 2600 BC at El Mahra in northern Syria, scientists excavated dozens of equine skeletons. The animals, whose physical features didn't match any known equine species, appear to be these kungas. After sequencing the genomes of one of these approximately 4,500-year-old equids, the researchers concluded that they were hybrids between female domestic donkeys and male hemips, Syrian wild ass. This discovery makes kungas the oldest evidence of humans creating hybrid animals. But as this mystery was solved after the last hemipae perished, it's impossible to make kungas again. What are the longest words in English? Methionyltheranylglutaminylarginal, isoleucine, the chemical name of titin, also known as connectin, is the largest known protein and is considered to be the longest word in English. It has 189,819 letters. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the longest word is pneumono-ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis at 45 letters long. It is a lung disease caused by the inhalation of silica or quartz dust. Among other longest words, one can find a 34 letters long supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, made famous by Mary Poppins. The 21-letter word incomprehensibilitas is known as the longest used in common language. What is Africa's Great Green Wall? Africa's Great Green Wall initiative is a proposed 8,000-kilometer line of trees meant to hold back the Sahara from expanding southward. The project was launched in 2007 by the African Union, and aims to plant 100 million hectares of trees along the Sahel, the semi-arid zone lining the desert's southern edge, by 2030. 11 countries selected as intervention zones for the Great Green Wall are Burkina Faso, Chad, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, and Sudan. The project is now roughly 15% complete. According to simulations made recently by scientists, the completed tree line could as much as double rainfall within the Sahel and would also decrease average summer temperatures throughout much of northern Africa and into the Mediterranean. At the same time, the study found that temperatures in the hottest parts of the desert would become even hotter. Why is Saudi Arabia importing camels from Australia? Camel meat has always played a big part in the traditional diet in Saudi Arabia, where these animals are now mostly bred for racing. The Saudis traditionally imported camels from North Africa, but various economic and political factors led them to look elsewhere. Australia became the new commercial partner of the Saudis because today it has a population of 500,000 dromedary, one-humped camels. Australia's camels were brought over from northern India in the 19th century to cultivate its arid backcountry. In the 20th century, when animals were largely replaced by machines, the entire population of 20,000 camels was led into the wild. Since then, the Australian dromedary have been successfully reproducing, and in some areas they have even become a nuisance. Why is Saudi Arabia importing sand from Australia? For its important construction projects, Saudi Arabia needs a lot of concrete, which is manufactured with the use of sand. However, not all types of sand are the same, and for construction purposes it is better to use coarse-grained beach sand. Desert sand can only be used for few works in construction, but certainly not for building foundations. Saudi Arabia has a lack of beach sand and is importing it from Australia. In Australia, sand is also mined in desert inland. What makes a difference is that Central Australia was once covered by the ocean. Therefore, the sand in Australian central deserts is a typical beach sand, polished by water for millions of years, and is ideal for construction. Can hot water freeze faster than cold? Not always, but sometimes hot water freezes faster than cold water. Noted by scientists since Aristotle's time, 4th century BC, this phenomenon is now known as the Mpemba effect after Erasto Mpemba, a schoolboy from Tanzania. He claimed in his science class that ice cream would freeze faster if it was heated first before being put in the freezer. So far, there is no unique theory explaining this effect. One of the recent hypotheses is that hot water cools faster because of the bigger difference in temperature between the water and the freezer. That may help hot water reach its freezing point quicker than cold water, with its natural freezing point of at least 5 degrees Celsius lower. What is phytoremediation? Phytoremediation is the use of plants and microorganisms to clean up soil, air, and water contaminated with hazardous waste. The term is derived from the Greek phyto, plant, and Latin remedium, restoring balance. One of the most hyper-accumulating plants used for this process is sunflower, with its capacity to remove metal compounds from deep in the soil and transport them into the stem, leaves and flowerhead. It can take up high concentration of toxic materials and is able to rid a place from radioactive metals in 3 to 4 years. How many times and for how long should one click the computer mouse to burn 1 calorie? 1 calorie equals 4.2 joules. Given that the force of 1 click has a value of 0.5 newtons, the same force a human produces to support a mass of 50 grams. The distance the finger moves when clicking the button is 1 millimeter, then multiplying that force by the distance equals 0.0005 joules. Under these conditions, to burn 1 calorie you must click the mouse 10 million times. If you click 10 times per second, you could burn that calorie in a mere 11.5 days. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates from Rabbit Fox Insight.